Yes, you did get here first. How's it going? I have a crazy podcast ahead of you guys, so this is just insane. We have Britain burning right now as we speak. It's insane. So we're going to get into the news of today, but I mean, that's really what this podcast is about. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reckoning, and I will be dealing with some heavy shit, tackling something that's going on that is bad, that is going to get really ugly, and it's going to get worse as time passes. The reckoning is Henry Nowak, the real George Floyd. That's what's going on right now. And I want to describe this to you guys. Imagine a young man lies bleeding out on the street. He's been stabbed multiple times in the chest, in the legs, his life slipping away. He gasped to police surrounding him. I've been stabbed. I can't breathe. Sounds all too familiar now. He says it over and over again, 7 times actually. He says it 7 times, they ignore him. Then they handcuff him. Imagine if they had done this to George Floyd, right? Cities would topple over. Cars would explode and buildings would implode en masse. This would definitely happen. It's insane. They treat the dying victim like a criminal, while his attacker stands nearby, spinning a tale of racist abuse. Complete, utter horseshit, to be honest. What's up, Real World Radio? Good to see you in the chat. Complete horseshit. This isn't 2020 in Minneapolis. This is December 2025 in Southampton, England. The victim, 18-year-old Henry Nowak, a bright British university student, white, walking home from a night out. The killer, Vikram Digwa, a 23-year-old who carried an 8-inch ceremonial blade and used it to end Henry's life in a chance of street encounter. Digwa lied to police, claiming that Henry racially attacked him, and authorities bought it at first. Sound familiar? They painted George Floyd as a gentle giant, the symbol of systemic racism, a man whose death ignited America's summer of fire. Statues toppled, cities burned, defund the police became gospel in George Floyd Black's death. This is like the death of all blacks, according to BLM, right? If you are black and you are tuning into my broadcast here, I'm your local Tom, Uncle Tom, your local coon, whatever disparaging comments you want to make. If you represent black culture and BLM, you represent a bunch of crock as shit. It's really what you represent. BLM was a scam. All I think BLM should be is baby lives matter. But we had body cam footage come out. Now all of a sudden this disparaging abuse towards black people we found out doesn't even exist. That's the greatest weapon in police arsenal. Well, in Henry Nowak's case, that's what we have here. Yet, where are the people in America standing on one knee? Where are the buildings being burned here? Nothing, right? We don't even support the UK, yet we're allies. This is horseshit and nonsense, right? Henry Nowak, so back to this, the body cam and evidence told a more complicated story of drugs resistance and personal failure. Yeah, that's George Floyd for you. Henry Nowak, he is what the media and activists desperately wanted Floyd to be. An innocent victim ignored in his final moments, gasping for air while the system failed him because the narrative demanded it. A white kid, dismissed because the attacker played the victim card, the race card. Handcuffed while bleeding to death. I can't breathe. Ignored. It was too late. The kid died. We're going to go over this gruesome footage. Viewer discretion advised. If you are 14 and up, do not look at this content. I'm pretty sure that's going to make 14-year-olds pay more attention if I'm saying that. Jeez. Parents, watch your kids, please. Don't let them watch this because it's going to be gruesome tonight. Tonight, we review the raw body cam footage, the pleas, the delay, the lies. We'll show clips exposing how unchecked diversity, mass immigration, two-tier policing, and fear of racism accusations are tearing Britain apart. Knife crime exploding. So whenever people have the gun argument, they're going to say, oh, we should get rid of all these guns. Well, hold on. They did that in Britain, and stabbings and knifings went up. Okay, you take those away. Stonings are going to go up. Let's say you take stoning away. You see how I'm being reductive here? This is just reductive reasoning. Then you're just going to be choking people out. People will always find a way to make something a weapon. Take prison, for example, incarcerate individuals. In the criminal justice system, people will melt down things like styrofoam to make blades. People get extra creative when they don't have anything. Look up what a zip gun is, matter of fact. They make guns in prison. All they do is sneak in a bullet, and they have something that's going to explode. One end of the bullet cause a propellant for this to fly forward and hit somebody, right? They make guns in prison. They're called zip guns. Go look it up. So if you're talking about a reduction of guns and reducing violence, we are talking about human beings, very fallible people, right? So we're going to go over this. The ninth thing exploding, back to what I was saying, the Native communities pushed aside, protests turning riots into Southampton, not because far-right thugs, right? Because they always like to blame the right and the conservatives. No, not because of this, but because ordinary people are fed up watching their country slip away. Sadly enough, the UK let this slip far too long, right? This shit could have been prevented. Way could have been prevented. Insane. Oh, let's go check this. Stillborn says, Marte, you give St. George the Breathless the respect he deserves. You give it. It's a little thing called respect. Shut up, bro. It's so crazy. What's up, Mescaline Dreamer? Good to see you in the chat. Britain, the mother of the West, is bleeding. From grooming gangs ignored for years to this. A killer's religious knife excused. A victim's dying words dismissed. Diversity enriching the UK? How? How is diversity enriching anybody? The parallel societies that refuse to assimilate. The elites call it progress. The people on the ground call it invasion by stealth. The UK must take their country back. Brutal, honest conversations. We're just going to have the conversation. Matter of fact, I have a whole script. We're not even going to read that. Let's get right back to the content. Oh, boy. I got a doozy for you guys, and it's going to be hectic. This is going to be some bullshit. It pissed me off. I was in class this morning, and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at this right now. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and add this to the stage real quick, because this is just insane. You can't be the only people mad. There's probably other people pissed off about this. I know I'm mad, right? People are really pissed. This is live on the ground right now. So this is happening right now. We're going to go over the effects of this. This is really bad. Really, really bad. But I think these people are finally standing up. Let's go into the content that I had planned for you guys today. Britain is burning. The UK is burning. And I think it's high time that people actually take their country back. It's about time they try to do this. I think that it's about time, but it's too late. They should have stood up a long time ago. Let's get to it. UK burning, riots, complete utter horseshit and bullshit going on right now.
When Henry lay on the floor, he warned that he had been stabbed 4 times. He said that he couldn't breathe 9 times, and yet the officer chose to cuff him rather than treat him. That officer should be in court being prosecuted for a total dereliction of duty. But the bigger question is this: why do officers behave in this way? Is it because they have been taught repeatedly to elevate perceptions of ethnic minority communities over the safety of white British people? That sickness contributed to the killings of Rudakabana, of Kalakone in Nottingham, and now to Digwa. Is a sickness rooted in the anti-racism agenda. Will the Home Secretary root it out? Will she return to equality before the law for all?
Yeah, this is what this has turned into. Anti-racism is just anti-white. Am I lying, ladies and gentlemen? Am I lying? That's really what anti-racism has turned into. They wanted it anti-racism, meaning like anti-black, but there's an overcorrection to happen in society. Now all this means is I hate white people. That's all this shit means. So when people sit there and they say, I'm against racism, they're really telling you they're against white people. In Britain, we can see this. Everywhere else, we can see this. Poland has held the stronghold. when it comes to immigration and not letting foreigners come in and bastardize and warp their culture. The UK, a little bit too late.
And will she say that when it comes to public safety, white lives matter just as much as anyone else's?
I don't think this is a moment to pit white Britons against non-white Britons. This is a moment to reflect on a horrific tragedy. He knows full well that the IOPC is investigating the conduct.
All right. Bandit, how does this sound now? Hopefully I fixed the mic settings. Hopefully it sounds better. But this is getting insane. This whole thing in Britain is getting crazy. We're going to review this, but I want to do a mic check with Bandit right now to see how my mic's doing, because I don't want to do a shitty broadcast for you guys about what's going on in England and Britain and the UK. Okay. You said it sounded fine, but how does it sound now? Does it sound a little bit better, like it's going through my mic? Because it was going through a different mic then. All right, it sounds better. All right, let's continue. But, okay, let me reiterate. Racism is now anti-white. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but anytime anybody in the West utters, I hate racism, all they're telling you is it means I hate white people. How am I lying? This is the thing that's happened in society. There's been an overcorrection to where now we have countries holding the stronghold, trying to prevent immigration happening. But look over at England right now. The UK, this is like too late. This is what procrastination to your borders does to you. It allows everybody in through the filth, through the infiltration, and it allows subversion. Think about this. The church is a good representation of this. When you have other Protestant churches that allow gay pastors and female pastors and rainbow flags to come in, well, what happened? They didn't hold to no strong borders. They didn't hold to no belief systems. There were no standards set. And now when people don't have any standards and that line becomes invisible, well, people forget why these fences stood up to begin with and why these barriers existed to begin with. And to me, that's crazy. So I'm not anti-black people, but I'm anti-everything is the black culture, and I'm not anti-brown people, but I'm anti-everything that is brown culture. Because if you take black and brown culture and try to integrate it into the United States culture, the streets get dirtier. They don't get cleaner. The infrastructure becomes rife with filth and starts breaking down. Matter of fact, I've said this before and I'll say this again. The whiter a country gets, the cleaner it gets. The browner it gets, the dirtier it gets. The whiter it gets, the better infrastructure, the better education. They move towards aerospace, engineering, ingenuity, things like this. The browner it gets, the more you turn homes into huts, the more you turn cesspools into just shit. I'm just telling you right now. Like, this is what happens. The degradation of society starts when you start allowing the wolf at the door to come in your home. And this happens all the time. To me, this is just insane. We need to stop this infiltration from happening. Bennett says, I'm a Methodist. I hate what I see the UMC doing. My bishop is a woman. Oh, God. Lord have mercy. We got to stop this from happening, bro. This has got to stop happening, right? Let's continue with the footage. This woman, Christ have mercy. May somebody remove her from office.
I don't think this is a moment to pit white Britons against non-white Britons.
When she says, I don't think that this is a moment to pit white Britons against non-whites, who is she defending when she says this? Who are you trying to defend? You mean the people that came in, the sheiks with the swords that try to warp your culture, coming in, tearing up your streets and killing white men in the streets? Oh, shit. I don't know why she's going to bat for these brown people, but this is so stupid and lame. Let's continue, because this stream's about to piss me off a little bit.
This is a moment to reflect on a horrific tragedy.
Wait, she says it's a moment to reflect on a horrific tragedy. We had a white scholar. He was a scholar. He was in college, stabbed for no reason, says he couldn't breathe, got handcuffed. And the police officer said, I don't believe you. He literally said, I don't believe. Well, he didn't literally say that, but in so many words, he cuffed up a dying man on the sidewalk who had no criminal history. Matter of fact, Henry Nowak is the guy that the liberal left painted George Floyd to be. Make no mistake about this. This is the guy that the liberal left wanted George Floyd to be, but the guy was on fentanyl, beat up women, beat up his pregnant girlfriend, and committed crimes. On nowhere on God's green earth can we compare the two. This guy is insane.
He knows full well that the IOPC is investigating the conduct of those police officers.
if you're going to investigate this, matter of fact, we're going to go to the body cam. I'll tell you guys when we're going to do this, but I actually have the full body cam on this, and it's egregious. If this doesn't piss you off and make your blood boil a little bit, maybe you're just not a damn patriot. Yeah, I said it.
It would be wholly inappropriate for a member of this House to seek to preempt an independent investigation into the potential misconduct of police officers. That IOPC investigation will look at individual conduct, but also what other wider lessons can be learnt.
So we're supposed to learn wider lessons from this? What is this, PBS? Look, lady, a kid got stabbed who was white because he was white. Matter of fact, what am I supposed to do? Get stabbed if I'm a white guy and say, well, at least I'm not a racist? Is that the mantra we're going to be uttering right now? Because the USA is going to follow suit if we continue on this trajectory of allowing illegal immigrants to invade our country. You cannot call people who don't assimilate and get into your country not an invasion, or people who are invading your country. That's literally what that is definitionally.
From this case, I will personally ensure that all lessons are learned and indeed acted upon. And let me also say it is a fundamental principle, not just of the British criminal justice system, but who and what we are as a country, that we are all equal before the
No, stop with the bullshit. Nobody's buying that. We're not fucking all equal, because clearly whites aren't equal if they're getting less treatment than the sheiks that come in your country and the brown people that come in your country. That's complete horseshit. Look at this guy's expression on his face. He doesn't buy our shit either. All treated equally in England, my fucking ass.
The law of our land that applies.
Sorry, guys, I'm kind of fired up. This is such bullshit I'm listening to.
Regardless of the color of your skin, that applies whether you're a
Regardless of the color of your skin, stop with the shit.
non-white Brit whose family arrived here 50 years ago or 10 years ago, or if you're a white Brit whose family have been here for about 300 years or more. We are all equal before the law of our land, and we should all support that principle, but not use it so as to pit our citizens against one another.
We're not pitting citizens against one another, because the people coming into your country are not citizens to begin with. So first of all, you got caught in that fallacy. That makes no stupid sense. When she says we're pitting citizens against each other, the sheiks coming in, the people that aren't even immigrants, aren't citizens. They are illegal immigrants. There is a difference between the citizens of your country who are normative and the people coming into your country, changing your culture entirely.
That is not what this moment demands.
I can't breathe. The words echoing across England tonight. Thousands have gathered outside Southampton Central Police Station. What began as outrage over one death is rapidly becoming something much bigger.
Hey, Mezcal, don't pay attention to Nightbot. He's reckless. He's just a dummy and a dumbass. Just ignore him. He's just a bot in the chat that just talks a lot of shit. Yeah, the guy's a spam.
So sorry. A revolt against the political establishment. A revolt against the mainstream media. A revolt against a system many believe no longer serves the British people.
Your officers assisted in that man's death. I've drove 4.5 hours to get here. Half the people have, mate. We're fucking tired of you, him, and every police officer in the force. Your left ideology is woke and it is ruining the country.
Damn right. It's about time the Brits spoke up and started talking their shit. Yes, talk your shit. This is what we need. We need people to step up. We need people to move towards Christ. This is what we need. We need people moving back off of this liberal spectrum that they're moving on, because everybody is love. Love is love, all encompassing. We accept everybody. No, because what that is political ecumenism. How is this not? If we're going to cast a wide net and allow everybody to come in because we should love humans regardless, this is complete bullshit. Europe is exactly why this is the downfall in itself of too much acceptance allows you to change who you are as a person, as a country. They are not UK anymore until they can regain their country back. The rivers will flow with blood in Henry Nowak's blood until they regain Britain back.
Sick of it.
Protesters have also gathered outside the family home of Vikram Digwa. After his conviction for the murder of Henry Nowak. And now anger is spreading across social media, across communities, across England itself. Many believe the political class is out of touch. Many believe the media is the enemy of the people.
Yeah, and that's what the police officer said. Look at the caption at the back, at the bottom. You know, I've been hit by a bin. And then somebody says, I don't think you have, mate. That is literally what the police officer told Henry Nowak, because Henry said, I've been stabbed. The officer told him, I don't think you have, mate. We're going to review the footage, and it's going to piss you the hell off.
On your knees! On your knees! On your knees!
Now people can get on their knees like they did for George Floyd, only this time it's actually justified for them to get on their knees.
Many believe Britain is approaching a breaking point. What started as a demand for justice is evolving into a broader movement centered on crime, policing, mass immigration, public trust, and the future and direction of the country. Tonight, all eyes are on Britain, because for many of those in the streets, this is no longer just about Henry. They believe it is about the future of England itself.
Yeah, it is about the future of England itself. No, this is not rage bait. This is really happening right now. The UK is burning. Matter of fact, let me show you real quick if you really want to see. These are the protests that are happening. This is live right now, by the way. This is happening right now. Live. This is live footage. We're going to get to the live footage in just a moment, but we're going to get back to the content. No, definitely not rage bait. The thing is, though, is that we've had George Floyd get stabbed, his knee on his neck and all this said. The guy was a career criminal. He hit a pregnant woman. He's done crime. He's done a lot of things. It took fentanyl, all this. The jokes are crazy with that. But also, on a serious note, he is who the guy Henry Nowak that got stabbed in the UK is who they wanted George Floyd to be. The problem with this is, and the reason why I had to bring this out is because right now, the live footage, they're literally pushing back to try to fight to get their government back. The UK is running with blood of Henry Nowak. They're allowing these sheiks to come in and openly, brazenly carry swords. And these swords, because they're allowed to carry them, mind you, the UK citizens aren't allowed to carry guns. Cool. They can't carry guns. But because of some religious exemption, these sheiks can carry their knives. But Britons can't do this. Ridiculous. I shit you not. You can look this up. We're going to get back to this content. This is insane. It's just crazy.
God bless England.
I'm sorry that Henry's life couldn't be saved that night. And I'm sorry that he was handcuffed and arrested in the moments before he lost consciousness.
Shut up. You're sorry. It's too late. The guy died. You guys did nothing for him. Nothing. Yes, 6, for sure. She says this is crazy. Yeah, this seems deserved. The police didn't do anything for him. Nothing at all. They did nothing for this kid at all. But I guarantee you, if he was in America and a career criminal and he had died and he was black, cars would be burned. It would be George Floyd 2.0 in a heartbeat or two. But because it's this kid, the only place you're hearing about this on the media is in scant places on YouTube and maybe on X. That's it. And maybe even on Instagram. That's it. There is a hush going on right now because this is actually the real George Floyd. Not George Floyd. Henry Nowak is really the real George Floyd. They cuffed this guy up after he got stabbed, let him bleed out. He said, I can't breathe 7 to 9 times. And the police didn't do shit for this guy. Insane.
When his killer made that call to police, and he called the police, not the ambulance service, he lied on that call. He lied when police attended the scene. He continued to lie as Henry's condition deteriorated. It is clear, and it is absolutely tragic, that it took them 3 minutes before they started to administer first aid. It is important, though, to say the pathologist has been clear. There's nothing officers could have done which would have saved.
Wait, hold on. You said there's nothing that officers could have done? it takes minutes sometimes to save people's lives. You couldn't have did compression on the wound. You couldn't have done anything, but you handcuffed him. Actually, I would say that handcuffing him and putting him in the prone position expedited the death. Like, we can look at biology, and actually the way that people are put in the prone position being stabbed, that probably expedited his death. So when he says police officers couldn't have done anything, skirting accountability and responsibility, and also their effect in the matter at hand, this really angers me a lot.
Henry's life.
So I wanted to put this clip in. France is suffering the consequences of self-deletion empathy. They've let in too many people. France is cooked. France is at, it looks like 28 days later, like a zombie movie. Look at how many brown people there are. And I'm not against brown people. I'm just against brown people that don't want to assimilate to the nation's culture in which they inhabit. Let's correct the record, because I'm not a self-hating racist, as people would say. If you come into a country, you need to assimilate. But these sheiks, Islam is definitely sure not going to do that, because that goes against the tenets of Sharia law. People need to go ahead and acclimate to their country of not origin, but the country that they're now going into. But they're not going to do this, hence they're invaders.
Imagine for a moment that a white boy had stabbed a black British boy 5 times with a knife that was only available to white British boys. And when that black boy was approached by the police, he was handcuffed, despite saying he'd been stabbed 9 times, and was left to die while saying, "I can't breathe." How would the political establishment in this country have responded to that? Well, Michelle, we know, because they would have marched, protested. We would have had statements from the Prime Minister. We would have had statements from the London Mayor. MPs from the Labour Party would even have broken, as we saw during Black Lives Matter, COVID laws and legislation in order to show their solidarity with the victim, who had also died while saying, "I can't breathe." Indeed, I notice Barry was one of those MPs who did do that. The Novak family have looked out and seen, rightly, I think, a glaring hypocrisy, because this is about a white boy.
As a matter of fact, the Novak family has been really stoic about this incident. They have every right to sue. They have every right to be pissed, rage, burn, blow shit up and everything else. But they are extremely stoic in the matter, and calm, which is unbelievably, like, the humility that this gives me is insane. It shows the distinction between when one culture gets mad, they burn down cities and they get pissed, and the other culture gets pissed, meaning the culture of the family that got murdered, and they're very solemn in the matter. Just telling you, there may be a correlation with IQ, by the way, too.
Who was stabbed and left to die while saying, "I can't breathe." And what do you hear in Westminster? Complete and utter silence. In fact, the only thing I've seen Keir Starmer say in recent days is how much he cares about Arsenal Football Club, which is completely and utterly disgraceful. It took him 15 days to take the knee for George Floyd. It's been 178 days since Henry Novak was murdered, and Keir Starmer has still not bothered to say anything about it. What Mr. Novak called for today was...
Matter of fact, I don't think you guys are mad enough. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think people are not angry enough. Let's go ahead and bring this to the stage. Yeah, that's Novak right there. Oh, we remember this incident right now. You're not angry enough. What about her? What about her life? Nobody rioted and went to the streets for her. You're not angry enough. Yeah, this happened that many days ago. The reason why it's blowing up is because nobody went to prison, nobody went to jail, nothing happened. And their immigration crisis is skyrocketing through the roof. Yet they have sheiks that can walk around with these knives because of a religious exemption, yet nobody else can carry any self-defense, which is ridiculous. This is what happens when you have an overruling influence on what you would call religion, culture, and tradition coming in and warping your very own to where it's not even recognizable. And that's what the UK looks like right now. Oh, remember this? Insane. Yep, not angry enough. Yeah, what's crazy is white families are for forfeit when it comes to other culture. And this is crazy. Alex says, the mayor of the city I live in blocked a mural for Irina on a privately owned building, a LGBTQ nightclub, mind you. What? This can't be real. That's borderline disrespectful, actually, believe it or not. That's insane. What a mockery. If I read that correctly, that's insane. Culture is being eradicated as we speak right now, but in the UK, they're trying to stop it. And look at this, the 8-inch ceremonial blade used to murder Henry Nowak while Brits are banned from self-defense. Like I said, these people can carry these, but Britons can't carry a knife or a gun. But because of a religious exemption, they can walk around carrying these 8-inch ceremonial blades. Yet when they get into altercations, I'm going to show you, Henry Nowak is not a one-off. It is not a one-off. If we think and I get it, Alex, this happened, but there's a trend. And I'm going to show you that there's a pattern happening and people are freaking fed up with this whole situation in the UK right now. And that's crazy. So let's get back to this because I'm going to show you the pattern and why people are so enraged and furious, because you're like, why is it blowing up right now? Understandable, right? Let's get to why.
Full and transparent investigation. Let's be clear. The body cam footage needs to be released. Everybody in this country needs to see what happened.
Oh, and I got it. I got it through I had access to it. I got it. I was able to get edited, and I'm going to show you guys. This is going to really piss you guys off, by the way. We're going to look at the body cam footage, and if you have young kids, 14 and younger, and you don't want them to see this, don't have them watch this program. We're going to continue.
Because if that was a black British boy, if that was a British Muslim boy, a British Sikh boy, a British Hindu boy, the establishment in this country would be up in arms on the street saying, release the body cam footage.
Yeah.
And that hypocrisy stinks.
Yep, exactly.
Why are you here today?
Obviously for Henry. He died one road away from where I live. And 4 hours before his death, my grandson left my house to go home. Sober, same as Henry was. This fucking lot portrayed Henry as being a drunk and a racist. He was not. He had 1 point that night. 1 point. It just comes and goes, mate. You know what I mean? It's what I can't stand. Because what happened when he died?
Alex says, Mayor Brett Smiley of Providence, Rhode Island. The mural ended up going on a much smaller building in a part of town where nobody could see it. Sad. You know what I would have done, Alex? I would have taken a photo of this and I would have said, hey, I got a GoFundMe that I want to do, or a fundraiser. We're going to blow this picture up. And we're going to go ahead and see if we could put this somewhere where it can be seen. I would have taken a photograph, like a high-def photograph, and I would have said, we're going to posterize this shit. That's what I would have did, especially for Irina Zarutska. This happened, and the crazy thing about that situation is we look at bartenders, for example. You have a bartender, and they give their customer, client, whatever you want to call them, too many drinks, and they don't cut them off. Would you say they're negligent if that driver goes home and kills somebody on the way doing that and the bartender forgot to cut somebody off? Yeah, that bartender would lose their job. Yet we have liberal judges that will let somebody go even after they have the 14th assault charge. They're going to let them back out in the street. How can we apply one thing to somebody when they release somebody out in public to cause harm, but not to the other. This boggles my mind. This part doesn't make any sense, but that's liberal justice for you. Let's continue.
They portrayed it as a race attack, and it was just a one-on-one. That's how it felt. That's how they portrayed it. It never was, mate. Never was. Now you've seen the truth. Did you know that the murderer, was brought here with no handcuffs and was able to walk around the fucking police station picking his own food?
Wait, hold on. So this guy was not cuffed up. The guy who actually killed the person was allowed to get food and walk around. I didn't even know that part. This is what a trifling police department they have. This is insane. The government has got the police, government, the whole infrastructure when it comes to the political body has been poisoned and corrupted. This is nonsense. Ridiculous.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, walking around picking his food in the fucking kitchens.
Yes, good morning. We have just had a statement from Vikram Digwa's family, the family of the person who murdered Henry Novak. They have said that the loss of a young life is a grief that no family should ever have to carry. We are deeply sorry for the pain and suffering the Novak family has had to endure. We love Vikram. We will continue to love him. That love does not stand in opposition to the sorrow we feel for the Novak family. Both are real and both.
So I want you guys to pay attention to what she's saying right now. She said that the family of the people that stabbed, or the guy that stabbed the person, says that they are sorry. Right? You guys hear this, right? The person who stabbed family says they're sorry. You guys heard this loud and clear, right? Where is this at? So anyways, if I don't have this, I'm going to show it to you guys anyways. What happened is his mom tried to hide the knife. Like, I'm looking for it right now. I got it here somewhere. His mom tried to hide the knife. So after the whole situation happened and the police were questioning what happened, she tried to hide the murder weapon. So whenever I hear apologies like this and her saying the family is sorry, nobody should lose a life, they neglect the part where the mother of him tried to hide the knife. That's what indeed happened, which is ridiculous. I don't have it here. Maybe I just didn't get it. But anyways, that's something that happened. It's funny how the media will leave things out like this. That's extremely important.
Will remain with us for the rest of our lives. We would give anything to turn back time so the path of both Henry and Vikram never crossed that night. We cannot change what has happened. We just hope that no further pain is caused in its name. We apologise to the Sikh community for our son's actions, which have unfairly brought the community into disrepute. We ask that this tragedy is not used by anyone to inflame division or hostility but towards any community. We now ask for privacy as we come to terms with what lies ahead. And it's signed, thank you, from the Digwa family.
No, we're not.
Look, and I want you guys to pay attention. This is Birmingham, England. It does not look the same because it's getting more run down. There's more brown people flooding the streets than ever before. Let's go take a look. Ridiculous. I mean, they turned Birmingham into Southside Chicago. How do they not? Like, anybody that would see this would be like, this isn't normative for Birmingham, England. You would never think about a site like this at all. Insane. Like, I get this, like maybe you won a game or something like that, but this is ridiculous. There's an overcorrection.
Following the horrendous circumstances of Henry Novak's death, can I urge the Prime Minister to consider this? It is now clear to growing millions in this country that we're living under two-tier policing. The
Yeah.
instructions that are given to police officers from police bosses are clear and written down in ink. It says you must treat different ethnic groups in different ways.
Now that is racism. Like if you're going to give one group a treatment that you would never give the other, to me, that's just outright bullshit. Like, how is this not? This is just ridiculous. I don't understand this at all. Matter of fact, let's blow this up a little bit more. Make me smaller, because this needs to be said with this guy saying right now.
That, apart from the upset and the anger at the circumstances of his death, the anger that you saw spilling out in Southampton last night,
So if there's people pissed off at, like, turn the camera at the people, and I would like to see who's disagreeing with this guy.
and which is in danger.
Condemn the violence.
Which is in danger of getting considerably worse. Because if the public lose trust.
Condemn it.
If the public lose trust in being treated fairly by the police.
Yes, God bless Nigel. He's a man of common sense and a man of high esteem.
Can he take some action, end this divisive practice of two-tier policing, and make sure that all British citizens are treated the same?
Mr. Speaker, I don't believe there's two-tier policing in this country.
Stop! Shut up! But like, he just spoke the truth, and you want to say, I don't believe that this is happening. Well, how do you discuss the treatment that Henry Nowak got and others that I'm going to show clips of? Like, there's no way that you can excuse us and say that this isn't a thing.
To the Western leaders, your time is up. Your borders are fading. Your disease is being sucked out, and the unity of the Islamic Brotherhood is taking form. The Sons of Islam have already pledged that this battle is a battle of either victory or martyrdom. We reject your flags, and the call for jihad has started. And
so they reject our flags, and they're telling us that they're going to cause violence if we don't assimilate to their culture. That's literally what she's saying right now. This is the culture that is going to be brought on our doorsteps. We see what's happening in the UK right now. Matter of fact, let me start this from the beginning, because this is really wild. Like, I think every American red-blooded patriot should hear what this woman's saying and believe her the first time that she says this.
Your disease is being sucked out, and the unity of the Islamic Brotherhood is taking form. The Sons of Islam have already pledged that this battle is a battle of either victory or martyrdom. We reject your flags.
She said, we reject your flag. Already unpatriarchal, already an enemy. Any country or any citizen that rejects our flag is not a citizen.
And the call for jihad has started, and it won't be long before it is you that...
If she says the call for, if you guys understand what she's saying right now, the call for jihad has started, this is insane.
...will be feasted upon.
We are not going anywhere. This is our country. We are here to stay. We are settlers. And also I would like to point out that some people said, what about the crucifix on the English flag?
Oh, he's already going to bastardize the crucifix on the English flag. Let's read this. Muslims in UK demand English flag be changed because the cross offends them.
And it's Crusader history. Well, I responded, if you place a white flag with just England written on that flag, there is no...
The reason why it's Crusader history is because a lot of Christians are who you tried to exterminate. That's the reason for the Crusades in the first place. The Crusades was a response to a desperate attempt to not face extermination. The hell are you talking about, guy?
Reason in Sharia Islamic law why that would be forbidden. So you are permitted to place a white flag with England written on it without the crucifix.
Hey, Mezcal, is that true? There are some white Brits that share their anti-American sentiments, and it's disturbing. Oh, you mean like liberals who say they hate white people that are white? Because that's what it sounds like. If they're Britain and they want to say that they hate Americans and they hate the Yanks, because I went to the UK before and had fish and chips, right? Signature dish, by the way. Yeah, there was a knifing epidemic when I went there to compete in the Grand Prix as a pro. Massive knifing epidemic. And I was told to tuck my watch when I went outside of the pub. Yeah, it's probably been worse since I've been.
In the UK today, a polite father standing in the supermarket queue with his wife tells a man not to cut in line. The man walks away, grabs a balaclava from his car, comes back and delivers one savage palm strike to the father's head. The father collapses, is declared brain dead, and dies 3 days later in front of his devastated family.
So Henry Nowak isn't the only person. So this has been going on. This guy killed somebody.
The killer pleads guilty to manslaughter. No murder charge sticks.
So, and doesn't face a murder charge, just manslaughter. To me, this is just getting let off.
The judge hands down 5 years and 3 months.
5 months? I mean, 5 years for a murder? 5 years for a murder. All right, my blood is slightly boiling right now. I just, this is crazy.
With automatic early release rules, he serves just 2/3.
So 2.5 years he serves, maybe 2 years for murder.
After time on remand, he's out in under 3 years, back in the streets by his early 30s. A hardworking family man is gone forever. His widow watched him die. His young daughter grows up without her dad. The message from the British justice system is crystal fucking clear. Basic decency gets you killed, and the state will shield the criminal who does it. Criminals walk free while decent people pay with their lives. This is what a broken country looks like. The UK isn't just declining, it is utterly fucked. And to my Canadian friends, this is where we are heading.
Yeah, Canada is cooked. Mescal says, Marte, the average white liberal, wish harm to America on a daily basis. It's strange because they are limited on their speech, but we all know who's letting their hate speech slide. Yeah, them boys for sure. It's a funny way to frame that, by the way, but yeah, for sure.
Body cam footage being released reminds us of this Vancouver case in 2023 where a 37-year-old father asks a Sikh man to stop smoking around his daughter, a 3.
Oh, hold on. This is the part. Viewer discretion is advised. If you guys are going to stay, I'm going to warn you that the footage is going to be very gruesome. I'm pausing for a moment just so that way you guys can switch to another stream because this is going to be extremely gruesome. And this pissed me off when it angered me a lot when I saw this.
3-year-old daughter, and the Sikh man pulls out the same knife and then murders this man, and it's all on video. I will show you this video on Instagram. I won't on TikTok. It is extremely graphic.
Man stabbed, bro, right here. Right here. This guy just stabbed this guy, man. This guy just stabbed him, bro. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead, bro. He's dead, bro.
Inderdeep Singh Gosal murdered Paul Stanley Schmidt at a Starbucks. Sikhs are not complete pacifists and peaceful.
Yeah, look, Punjab has lost nearly 12,000 civilians due to these attacks since 1981. Hey, what's up, AJ? How's it going? Yeah, I know. I kind of had this go through a little vetting process before. It's short, but this is insane. Yeah, this is Six, since you're asking, this is in the UK. All this is in the UK. It's insane, man. Just crazy.
People. Again, just look at the Free Khalistan movement. English have been protesting, and I'm happy to see that Keir Starmer was forced to address this. It was just empty words. He's not going to take away the Sikh entitlement to carry deadly weapons. We see now in a resurfaced video, Vikram Digwa, the same man who killed Henry Novak.
So this is the guy that killed Henry Novak. I'm going to show him again in a different... oh, man. Don't even know how to even say this. Anyways, let's continue because I don't even want to talk.
Was threatening people in this road rage incident.
Oh, he's carrying a sword too. The guy that killed him walks away with his sword. Like they don't take it from him or anything.
This man has anger issues and he's carrying a deadly weapon in public. Just think about how many of these people are 1 inch from snapping. Every single one of these migrant groups has their own ethnic lobby. They have different attitudes towards violence, and they don't care about you. They even tell you that they see your nation.
Yeah, it does look like California. It's looking trash for sure.
And you as evil, that they want to colonize you because they feel that they were victimized. They only act in a way that benefits them, and they do not care about the native people. This is abundantly clear, and it's proven.
I understand that when you say I'm in my bubble and you tend to like that, but I'm speaking to the men when I say this. We cannot be in our bubble. We are the patriarchs of this nation, and we have to uphold that. And it's not, we can't pawn this off on the women and blame them. We have to look at the men because we are the stronghold. We are the barrier in which immigration comes through. We have to do this because physical force and using force doctrine and all this, all that falls on us. And we have to say no means no. I don't care how much feminism you think you can buy. Bro, just stand the fuck up, grow some balls, get some courage and guts, and push back against this nonsense because these people will come into your country, tell you who you are, what you're going to believe in, and next thing you know, the America 60 years from now isn't going to look the same.
And every single day when cases like this happen.
Can someone call help?
So I'm going to give you a brief description of the events that's happening right now. This black woman, you see how it says perpetrator right here? The woman that's standing in the middle with the arrow pointed to her is a black woman that hit a white woman, and everybody's standing around doing nothing. This could have been the next Irina Zarutska where nobody did anything. You see a pattern and a trend that's happening? I just wanted to use this as a reference to point to.
Is anyone going to help me, or am I going to be like that girl that gets murdered in New York, where people just stand there?
This lovely woman has beaten the head in of the woman who is filming, and look how apathetic everybody is on the bus. Does it remind you of anyone? Irina Zarutska was stabbed in the neck by a 35-year-old homeless man with 14 prior convictions, and nobody did anything to help her. How do you think the public reacted to this? Well, let's have a look at what Black Lives Matter said directly after this happened.
Right to violence. All oppressed people have a right to violence. And I'm going to tell you something. It's like the right.
All oppressed people have a right to violence? What the hell is she talking about?
Right to be. You gotta have the right place, you gotta have the right time, you gotta have the appropriate situation, and I'm absolutely convinced that this is it.
I don't think I could have put that more fucking disgustingly if I tried. Well, at least she's not representative of the entire community. I mean, look at these murals that they've put up. These are fantastic. Surely nothing will happen to them. Oh.
Damn. Look, no comment.
Oh, well, here's a good one from the mayor of Providence in Rhode Island. Surely this one will...
Alex, if you're still in the stream, is this the Rhode Island thing you were talking about? Please tell me this isn't it. Because I know Alex was saying in Rhode Island, they had a mural that nobody could even see because it was on some gay establishment. Is this the one that you're talking about? Because this is ludicrous. Insane.
Will stand the test of time. Oh, no. Turns out the Jewish homosexual mayor thinks that the death of a young white woman in the hands of a black man is just too divisive and has to come down.
Where are the murals for everybody that died for Black Lives Matter?
BLM was a scam. What are you talking about? And hold on, this is a white woman defending BLM? Oh, man. Talk about selling yourself out. This is ridiculous.
For a white woman in America, what about the black women in America that are dying every day on the streets?
Wait, black women are dying every day in the streets? You mean the black women that are destroying their youth and going to Planned Parenthood and destroying the next generation? One of the most unsafe places for a baby to be is in the belly of a black woman or the womb of a black woman. Yeah, statistically, this everything in data and metric point backs this up, by the way, too. I'm not just uttering this because I want to sound like I'm being hyperbolic here. It's true.
A great argument. What an intelligent and well thought out argument. Where are those damn murals for the Black Lives Matter people? We can't see them. Show us those damn murals. Oh wait, here they are. Here they are, and none of them are vandalized. None of them are trashed. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? When something tragic happens to them, nothing happens to their murals, but when things happen to our people, oh, you're more than welcome to absolutely destroy them and take them down. Look at this. How many statues, how many murals did this guy need? A glorified thief, drug dealer, and home invader, and yet they went nuts for him. And look at everything he gets. And for
Yo, this is insane. Like, I did not know that many murals and statues of George Floyd were created. This is ridiculous. Yet Irina Zarutska, when her posters and murals and everything else. The depiction of her gets vandalized. Insane.
What? For dying from a drug overdose and blaming it on a police officer doing his job? He had 11 mils of fentanyl in his system laced with meth and he had heart conditions. And so to stop everyone from going crazy, we send the cop to 22 years in jails. Now in comparison, how do you think Irina Zaruska's killer went? Oh, he's been declared incompetent to stand trial. So he was completely competent last time when he was shoplifting, committing larceny, breaking and entering and assaulting women. But this time, for this one, he's just not quite there for it. What could the difference be this time, do you think? Can't stand trial, too mentally ill. He's not all there in the head, unfortunately, because everybody who stabs someone in the neck is just mentally sound, and they get trialed, and it's all completely fair and reasonable, but not this one. No. I wonder why, and I wonder why he didn't kill anybody else on that particular train. Makes you thonk. Here's another one, mentally ill, set someone on fire, had previously been arrested for trying.
I forgot about the woman that got set on fire. I mean, it just seems like this pattern is happening, but there's no uproar. There's no pushback, really. There's nothing. But let it be a black person. I'm just going to be blatantly obvious here. And the same thing happened. Cars would be flipped. Businesses would be in shambles. The city would burn down, costing taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars. Property values in neighborhoods. Like I could go on. There's like 50 other bullet points I can name right now. But Irina Zaruska gets murdered. Nothing really happens. Like Charlie Kirk gets off, but they have a Super Bowl stadium thing, and then that's it. But George Floyd gets taken out by his own drug overdose, and we have murals everywhere, statues everywhere. I wouldn't be shocked if they try to have a George Floyd day or have a day specifically. This is ridiculous.
To set someone on fire. And the sad part is this meme is old. He actually has 72 prior arrests. But again, no one did anything because what happens if you do anything? Well, ask Daniel Penny. Daniel Penny was a guy on a subway with Jordan Neely.
Yeah, Daniel Penny was a hero, but he was demonized because he actually did something.
And Jordan Neely was a homeless person with 42 prior convictions. Jordan thought it was a good idea to throw trash on people and threaten them, and then was shocked when Daniel Penny decided to put him in a chokehold to end his rampage. People took to the streets to protest against Daniel Penny. People took to the subway stations. They blocked.
Now, this is stupid. This is the most Down syndrome response ever. You mean a guy that defends the public and stops an insane man from acting crazy because we shut down insane asylums and mental institutions? We don't have a place for him. But the only recourse he can have is maybe some defense to protect the public and maybe even himself. And we can't even let him do that. We are slowly starting to cuck ourselves and turn ourselves into the UK because they can't defend themselves, but the sheiks can by carrying around weapons that we can't. Because of some religious exemption. This is ridiculous.
Trains from coming in to protest against Daniel Penny.
All the white people here, y'all got work to do. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Go in your neighborhood and do the anti-blackness work in there.
And who'd want to put up with all that? You risk your life. You put yourself out there to save these people. And what happens? People stand.
All right, stop the stream. I appreciate it. Truth Haymakers with a super chat. I appreciate it.
To listen to your record.
That's always good to help the channel out. I appreciate that. The donos will go towards keeping me off of EBT so I don't become a part of the black community and get a felony sometime because maybe I run out of funds. Who knows? But all right, let's get back to it. This is ridiculous nonsense this guy is talking about right now. Well, not him, but what the community is doing right now.
Against you, people threaten you, people want you dead, people hate you. Why? Why would anybody stand up for anybody? But I beg of you to do so. Because it ended up working out for Daniel Penny. He won his court cases. He came out looking amazing. And now he has a love of a lot of people, including myself. Love and respect for that man. And for anyone else who wants to.
Yeah, Daniel Penny is a hero. I don't know who can demonize him for stopping a madman on a train, throwing trash and assaulting people. This is crazy.
To go out and do the right thing to save people. It's the right thing to do, and we need to start doing it. We can't keep letting this shit happen. We can't keep being apathetic to evil.
The guilt I would have felt if someone did get hurt, if he did do what he was threatening to do, would never be able to live with myself. And I'll take 1 million court appearances and people calling me names and people hating me just to keep one of those people from getting hurt or
Yeah, that guy's a hero. I don't care what anybody says. Daniel Penning's a hero.
killed.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. Before you guys kind of spurg out in the chat and say, oh, who's this a-hole or who's this guy who's an immigrant? Let me go ahead and preface this a little bit. Please like this guy that has this outfit on, this bulletproof vest on, and this chic hat on, because, or whatever dress this is, this guy's actually based. Believe it, I know it doesn't look like that, but this guy's actually based. Let's continue because I support this guy, this immigrant who is assimilating to UK culture. This is an example of what happens when people assimilate. Believe me, when you let him talk, you're going to start supporting what he says.
I'm wearing this bulletproof vest after a couple of weeks because my life is again in danger. Yesterday, someone came in my office as a messenger that I need to step back on the issue of banning of Kirpan in UK. The guy told me that the people who are carrying Kirpan, they also carry gun. So step back, otherwise some harm might come your way. I am not backing down. I am taking precautions. I keep on telling the truth, what's right for this country.
So this guy's anti-Muslim invasion, and he lives in the UK, and he's fighting back by at least wearing a bulletproof vest. They're literally threatening this. He's a restaurant owner. We're going to get into this a little bit more thoroughly.
I want complete ban of Kirpans in this country.
So the dynamic that's going on right now is you have the assimilating immigrants that come into the country versus the non-assimilating immigrants that come into the country. Now, there's a little bit of infighting that happens right here. The immigrants that do want to assimilate and change their culture and adapt to Britain law, culture, tradition, all that stuff, which is what this guy wants to do. He's going to keep his religious practices, which why he has the headgear on, but everything else he's going to assimilate to their country.
If we want to keep Kirpans, keep a small version of that, which is not sharp or edgy. Thank you.
Thank you.
11 police officers and a dog were injured last night as crowds angry at Hampshire Police's treatment of murdered teenager Henry Novak clashed with law enforcement in Southampton.
I can't breathe!
Protesters can be heard chanting at police and asking them to take the knee in Novak's memory.
Are you racist? Are you racist? Are you racist? Everyone else is answer.
2 arrests were made, one on suspicion of assaulting a police officer and another for possession of a weapon. Many who attended believe Novak's murder is an example of two-tier policing.
It seems to be two-tier across the country. It's one rule for them and one rule for us, and it's got to end.
It always seems to be, and I'm not a racist at all, but it always seems to be two-tier policing in this country. Everybody's, we're just sick of it. We've had enough.
So do you guys understand what two-tier policing is? It's when they treat one person or a special class of citizens different than the other. And what they're pointing to and referencing is the skin color or even the fact that they're not white. That's racist as hell.
Protesters from across...
So white people have a different police system than people who are brown coming into the country. It's ridiculous.
The country amassed outside Southampton police station at 6 p.m. Tuesday night, before marching on the location of Novak's murder, close to the family home of the killer Vikram Digwa. Estimates on the size of the crowd ranged from 1,000 to 4,000. The crowd were heard chanting against the Labour government and Sir Keir Starmer, whose policies many there blame for the police's apparent focus on Novak's killer's claims of racism and cuffing Novak as he died.
Look, she's on one knee. I would have been on one knee for Henry Novak as well, too.
The police chief council adopted a race action plan after George Floyd died in the US, in a stated attempt to address racial disparities and distrust.
World Radio for 5, a big 5. I paid up my 2-tier protection. Yeah, I know, crazy. It's ridiculous that we have this right now as far as like people right now. Like that's the police protection that they have, and this is ridiculous. I appreciate that. Everybody, World War Radio, with the shout out to the channel. I appreciate that. Every little bit helps for me to get off of EBT.
We've decided to listen to your record.
let's get back to our regularly scheduled program because this is ridiculous that we're hearing this right now.
In the police among ethnic minorities. In the police's anti-racism commitment, the NPCC states the racial equity plan, quote, does not mean treating everyone the same or being colourblind. Hampshire Constabulary introduced its own racism action plan, pledging to being, quote, anti-racist in all it does. The explicit focus on the interests of one group over another has given rise to a sense that policing in Britain has adopted the characteristics of a two-tier system, where the public are divided into communities and treated according to that group, rather than as individuals the same before the law.
And that's the two-tier system that I was talking about. One subset of group is treated differently than the next, meaning that if I feel like I'm being attacked by a racist, by racial slurs, you can get locked up, cuffed, and arrested. But look at what happened to Henry Novak's case. He got stabbed to death, and then somehow he was the racist, but also the victim. This is just crazy.
These plans came in while the Conservatives were in power. However, leader Kemi Badenoch argues she fought them from the start.
All of this nonsense that came in after the Black Lives Movement, these race action plans,
Yeah, it's funny. After the Black Lives Movement happened, a lot of bullshit started being bought. People started buying the lie. And when people start buying the lie, guess what happens? People start changing the culture and tearing down traditions. That's literally what BLM was trying to do. BLM was trying to destabilize these safeguards that we had in the United States. And it became a massive scam. And it turned into a massive scandal as well, too, in lieu of all this that was going on.
As a minister, I wrote to public authorities, all public authorities in the country, saying that this thing that they're pushing is just a different kind of racism.
Policing Minister Sarah Jones told the BBC Wednesday morning that the language in the...
Misty, member for 3 months, says, rest in peace, Henry. Yes. Christ have mercy. May he rest in peace, and also to his family and everybody else surrounding him. May the UK get their government back in Britain, get their country and government back originally to its usual, or actually its former glory, which it hasn't seen in quite a while. And these people that do not want to assimilate, may they flee in terror as Britain comes back amidst all these shambles that are happening right now.
Police's anti-racism commitment is wrong and needs to change quickly.
This document feels like it's not right, and I think it's right that the NPCC are reviewing it.
I'm not going to sell halal food. That's the problem.
Hold on. Remember I told you about the guy who was very based, the restaurant owner that I referred to? He's being arrested because he didn't want to sell halal food to Muslims. Based, by the way, super based. So the Muslims are changing and warping laws in Britain, in the UK, and even in Southampton to the point to where the laws are not even indistinguishable from the invaders' laws that come in. What they're doing is they're changing this, softening their culture so that way that UK can bend the knee for these people coming in. Let's see the rest of this footage.
Calm down. I'm not going to sell fucking halal food. Fucking my choice. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. I'm not going to sell halal.
So they got him arrested because he's selling pork. He's not going to cater to Muslims. They're literally arresting this guy that I showed you before because he's not going to bend the knee to Muslims. Base, by the way, it says sell pork all day long. I would sell nothing but pork if that prevented the Muslim invasion into my shop, let alone anywhere else.
I will sell non-halal. I will sell pork. I will not sell halal food. Fuck you. Arrest me again.
He said, you can arrest me again and again. I'm always going to sell pork. I'm not selling what you guys want me to sell, but he's being arrested for this. Look, I have to process what is just being shown here. The fact that a shop owner can't bend the knee to somebody else's religion, can't practice his own culture's food, and it will sell pork no matter what. They're pissed because he won't eliminate pork and sell halal food to Muslims. He's being arrested for this, ladies and gentlemen. This is ridiculous.
Again, I will not sell halal food. Listen to me. You don't have to. Tell them I am not selling halal anymore. Why is he arrested? I'm not selling halal. Fuck everyone. Keep arresting me. I'm not selling halal anymore. I'm not selling halal to anyone. Keep provoking me. Whatever you do, fucking I don't care. I'm not.
Now, look, this guy is an immigrant, but he's assimilating to their culture. Like, we can't fault him for that. But if we're going to get immigrants, we need immigrants that are going to assimilate to the culture and also fight against the invasion with us. Now, look, I'm not anti every single immigrant, but when you have immigrants like this, he's worth his weight in gold. He definitely is. We need more people that are going to assimilate to the country and fight as if they are original patriots of the country. Because if you are not with us, you are against us. I know it's as old as time.
I'm not selling this fucking halal. Fuck you all.
You are oppressing him for nothing. You're oppressing him.
Wait, hold on. He's oppressing the Muslims by selling them pork and not offering anything else from their culture. What are we talking about here? Like this guy is a cuck. He's bought into the propagandization and the immigrant culture, the non-assimilation process. This is crazy.
It's oppression. No, don't say that. No, I do say. This is my friend, and I'll protect him. He has the right to do what he wants to do. This is England. If he doesn't want to sell halal, that's his choice.
Was putting up that sign an act of war?
I never sold.
So hold on, let's look at the sign. This is the guy that wouldn't sell to Muslims. Let's go look this up.
No, don't say that. No, I do say. This is my friend, and I'll protect him. He has the right to do what he wants to do. This is England. If he doesn't want to sell halal, that's his choice.
Was putting up.
All right, let's go look
at sign an act of war.
Hey, hold on. Go ahead and bring this back up. All right. I got my whack ass video camera. Okay, back to my regular camera. Here we go. It says Reglis proudly non-halal restaurant. What's wrong with that? The guy's saying that this is an act of war for him to say it's non-halal. Like, if I don't cater to what you want to do, like okay, let's see what he says, because he says, is this an act of war? Let's find out what the guy says.
I never sold halal meat in my shop.
Yeah, I mean, dozens and dozens come into your restaurant abusing you, shouting at you, and you're standing tall. The police come, and instead of putting away these mobs, they arrest you.
They want my restaurant to get closed. I tell them f off.
Were there threats?
Everywhere. 4 cars are broken in last 2 years.
Yeah, World Radio. That's a good, like he says, what's next? Forced to sell vegan, vegetarian? Yeah, that's the functional equivalent of what we're talking about. Like, you might as well have vegans come in and say, you need to sell non-red blood living, like any animals or anything like that. This would be the equivalent of them arresting you because you're not going to sell nothing but produce. Like, you're not changing your restaurant menu. You're not doing any of that. We're just going to arrest you for not doing that because you're not going to cater to vegans. We're going to arrest you, put you in cuffs, and affect your livelihood. This is utter horseshit, by the way.
1 car was shot at, but police never came. Within 24 hours, the case was closed.
So you've been more and more aggravated by the abuse you've been getting.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. If I am wrong, I will stop. I will not going to lose my pride.
Look how meek he is. If I'm wrong, I will say that I'm wrong. How many people who are the aggressors ever say anything like this? This sounds like somebody who will assimilate to somebody's culture speaking like this.
This is my belief. I will stick by it.
Yeah, I know what it is. I want the spray, please. Yeah, actually.
Oh, this must be another arrest. This guy's getting arrested. It's like they just keep wanting to arrest this guy because he won't fold, bend the knee to Muslim culture, and sell the food in his restaurant that they want to eat.
Can you just bring it out for us?
They're arresting Dad.
Okay. So, everybody, you know, you are put on arrest on suspicion of assault.
Assault?
And he's laughing, as he should, because this is a joke. This is ridiculous. I would laugh. He was like, fuck you. I would have said the same thing. So, Home Ponder, I like him too, man. This guy's like right up there with people that should be integrating into a country that we want. We want citizens like this in our country. What we don't want are the Muslims getting him to acclimate to their culture, which is non-origin from the country that they reside in, which is crazy.
It's just a suspicion.
World Radio says, a small business owner, I'm not breaking my neck to sell beet juice. I respect the cow and pig by preparing it where it gets eaten, not wasted, and I'll pray over that meal. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, I know. I don't think anybody should bend the knee for another culture. If that is your culture, why should you assimilate to their culture when it's your restaurant? You own the title, the deed, maybe even to the property, things like this. You have a contract, I would say a social contract with the public. That does not require you to switch and overhaul your whole business directive and your plans that you originally stated in the beginning of your business. This is crazy.
I know you're ready to arrest him. I'm not saying. What's the name? Okay, harassment where? He did not step out once. Yes, arrest me. He did not step out once.
So they're saying that this guy's harassing people, and they're saying he didn't even step outside once. How is he harassing anybody? Right. They're just arresting him because he's not going to fold to Muslim culture.
This is harassment. You're doing harassment. Charge me. Let's go. Come on. Charge him. You're not getting this pay out. Let's go. Let's go.
3 teenage boys film themselves.
Right, that was ridiculous, by the way. Let's get to the next bit. This is crazy.
Raping 2 schoolgirls in what is now being dubbed a brutal attack. They overpowered them, one at knife point. And yet, Southampton Crown Court, the judge there, Nicholas Rowland, told them this: none of you need to go to prison today. Explaining his sentence, he said he wanted support to...
So these boys raped a girl, and they were told that they weren't going to prison. I shit you not. Like, let's rewind this, because I was talking too much. Yeah, this is gonna, like, this would make anybody furious hearing this.
3 teenage boys film themselves raping 2 schoolgirls in what is now being dubbed a brutal attack. They overpowered them, one at knife point. And yet, Southampton Crown Court, the judge there, Nicholas Rowland, told them this: none of you need to go to prison today. Explaining his sentence, he said he wanted support to support the boys' reintegration into society, adding, I should avoid criminalising these children unnecessarily. They walked free, of course, free with youth rehabilitation orders only. Well, the Conservative...
So if you take a little girl and you essay her, you don't have to go to prison, I guess, in the UK. You get off scot-free. As long as you can rehabilitate yourself, then you're good to go. Meanwhile, there's an actual victim that is going to live the rest of her life damaged.
Leader called the sentencing an absolute disgrace.
What sentences? What sentences? I think it is a disgrace. The fact that these boys are not they're not going to a young offenders institution or anything else is a disgrace. The Conservative Party certainly is going to be making a referral about the unduly lenient sentence of basically nothing at all. And I also think that there is a message that is being sent out to women and girls, which I am very worried about, that people can sexually assault girls in our society and they can get away with it.
Yeah, and that's insane. I can't believe that this would happen. And I just don't understand how that's not an invasion and an attack by enemy forces. That's what immigration is nowadays. World 5 Radio, I said World 5 Radio, World Radio for 5 says, who shows up to another country and demands that they acclimate to foreigners and discard their homogenous culture? The fucking audacity or nerve of these people. Yes, I know. This is insane. The fact that people will come, like, matter of fact, World Radio, let's say I go to your house, right? I'm at your house, but then all of a sudden I just sneak in the door. I don't even, I'm not invited in, but I sneak in the door somehow. You find me on your couch and I say, we need a bigger TV. If you don't give me a bigger TV, I'm going to start demolishing your furniture. And then you go ahead and try to call the police, and the police come and tell you, yeah, do what the man says. First of all, it's your house. But the police are going to tell you, he is on your couch, though. Well, he doesn't live in the house. He doesn't own the deed. He never paid any rent. He's on your couch, though. Like, this is what this sounds like. Like, I have to go ahead and pay out of pocket taxpayer money and buy a brand new TV that's bigger than the original one because the guy on the couch, who's never lived in the house in the first place, that got past the front door somehow, now has more rights than I do? This is heinous and crazy. Now I have to acclimate to the guy on the couch. He just discovered my house overnight. I worked. I saw this house being built. I paid the mortgage, did all this. This guy did nothing. But meanwhile, I have to come out of pocket, buy this big ass TV because he's unhappy with the small TV that I have. Because in his culture, he comes from the land of the big TVs. This is what we're doing. I just made up a make-believe scenario, but how is this any far-fetched from what is happening right now? This is ridiculous. Just crazy. This is crazy. World Radio says you pump action for, yeah, I know, but let's just say he snuck in. You didn't see him. He just happens to be on the couch. And he says, hey, how's it going? I just happen to be here. Call the police, and the police side with him. How pissed would you be? Would you be mad, or big mad, or would you be raging pissed? Anyways, here we go.
Yeah, the same judge gave a convicted sex offender, Daniel Rushton, a 12-month community order after he was caught.
Wait, 12 months? Convicted? Why are we slapping people on the wrist for this?
With extreme pornography, including bestiality images. Rushton already had a suspended sentence for trying.
Extreme what? Bestiality? What's bestiality? Maybe I heard him wrong, but I'm not going to repeat it or rewind it. I could have sworn he said bestiality. I don't think that's a thing. Maybe it sounds like the other thing that we all know what that is. I'm not going to repeat it on stream.
To engage in sexual communication with a child. The judge called it serious, but let him continue in the community sentence, saying, continue with the progress you're making.
What? So these guys aren't serving any real time for essaying young girls or even animals, from what I'm hearing? The hell is going on in the UK these days?
A failed asylum seeker, Sahel Amiri, housed in Southampton, of course, sexually assaulted 3 lone women walking to work. He got 36 months. That's the...
What? 3 and only 30? You know what? It's going to be a long day before I get to UK or visit anytime soon.
Longest recent sentence from this court for these types of crimes, by the way. And in 2024, 2 men who stole £76,000 worth of jewellery from a cruise ship received suspended sentences. The judge said it was impulsive. When rapists...
Wait, what? Suspended sentences because of their impulse and they couldn't... What? Lord have mercy. I don't even know what to think anymore. What kind of judges are we just having? What's in it for these judges to let these people back out?
Who film their attacks walk free with a slap on the wrist, that's what I think it is. When repeat sex offenders avoid custody, the system clearly isn't working. It is morally bankrupt. We need sentences that match the horror of these crimes, because there's any wonder to you at home, rape and sexual assault is on the rise in Britain, especially when criminals, I don't care what age they are, by the way, get away with a pathetic sentence. And it seems to me that hardcore criminals, paedophiles, rapists and others are getting endless...
All right, I got to skip a little bit. He's using a little bit too close to the TOS language for me. Let's go ahead and scan forward just a little bit. Back to this guy's bass, by the way, but damn, you can't be like bass and breaking TOS at the same time. Damn, I should have just, vetted my channel a little bit better, because that's my fault. I'll eat that.
The cases.
Why would you want to do that?
So Pakistani immigrant tries to grape British child, claims he didn't know it was illegal. He says he didn't know it was illegal in the country. Well, that's what he says. Like what? This is crazy.
As a 14-year-old child. Too late for sorries.
I'm sorry about graping a 14-year... What?
I don't want to hear your sorries.
I mean, I'm new here. I don't know much about it.
So he says I'm new here. I don't know. So wait, what? I'm new to this country. I didn't know that I could essay a 14-year-old girl. That's the excuse you got? I'm new. I don't know. I would be pummeling this guy right now with both fists, knees, elbows, forearms, knuckles, everything. He would probably look like ground beef by the time I'm done with him. Just gonna be honest.
Are you on a course? How long have you say that you're new here? How long have you been here?
It's about around 2 months now.
2 months, okay. And you in university?
Yes.
Actually in university or an online course?
In university.
So are you here on a education visa?
Yes.
So he's on a visa going to academia and essaying 14-year-old girls.
No.
Simon, please.
No.
I will never.
I don't care.
No.
I don't care. I don't care how
Please,
sorry
please,
you
Simon,
think you are
please,
right
Simon.
now.
Simon, I'm requesting you. Please, my
What
family.
would you have done if this little girl was saying,
Please don't talk to me like that. Please don't do this. Please don't do that.
Please.
And you need to accept just how much trouble you're in.
But I will never do that again. I'm sorry.
It's too late.
I'm not going to do it again is crazy. Saying this after you essay a 14-year-old girl saying, I'm not going to do it again. What do you think they're going to do? All right, he says he's not going to do it again. Let him go, boys. What?
It's too late.
Please.
Let me just ask you this. Is this child going to get a second chance to get her mind right again? No, because of you. So you're going to stand there, lock it. No, you listen to me. No, you listen to
Stop crying. Listen to the woman because she's way more masculine than you'll ever be because you're a pussy touching 14-year-old. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, I don't, those tears do not move me. Your emotion doesn't move me at all. World Radio with a big 5, massive contributor, donor to the channel. Pakistani dude is a liar. At home, what would the father of that child do to him? Can also, can I interest you in a freshly minted wood chipper? Freshly minted wood chippers. Wild, but you know what? I'll buy that for $1. And I'm just quoting RoboCop right now because it sounded fresh. But yeah, for sure, this guy needs to be introduced to a wood chipper. Like, this is ridiculous. The fact that he's going to try to get into these waterworks and he said, I'm not going to do it again. Like, as if these people are going to let him go out in public and touch on 14-year-old girls is crazy. Yeah, oopsies, to say oopsies is crazy. That's what this guy's doing, basically. He's doing the whole oopsie thing. Insane.
to me. I am talking.
Please.
Don't start crying.
I will do everything.
Oh, what happened to the crying? Oh, now he just wants to talk normally. Oh, so it's fake the whole time. This guy was faking. What the hell is going on? This is what a predator looks like, ladies and gentlemen. This guy.
But just please don't call them because that
They have already been called, Ali. What do you not understand about that?
But just I mean just as a.
So what you're saying is you want us to ring the police back and say no, don't come. It's okay. He said sorry.
Simon, I'm talking. And please,
Ali, you've done what you've done. You need to face the consequences.
Please.
Damn right.
You need to face the consequences.
Here we go. Matter of fact, here's the guy that we all know and love. If you don't love this guy by now, I don't know what's wrong with you, because this guy's a damn patriot in their country, and he's not even like the original person from the country. He's an immigrant, yet he's more of a patriot than their legislature that they have going on right now. Let's listen to what this guy's saying. He said, MET police confiscated my inbred repellent spray. Hold on. So I'm guessing that his pork is inbred repellent. Please tell me that's what he's talking about.
They confiscated my sausages yesterday and inbred spray, which I use to deter inbreds.
That's so hilarious. The sausage is inbred repellent. It's Muslim repellent. I love it. This guy's a badass, man. I love this guy already. All right, we need more men like this in the UK. If you're going to assimilate and fight the Muslim invasion like this guy's doing, I like this guy. This guy's, yeah.
But I caught more here and more.
So what's with the spray? Is there like pork juice in there? Is that like an inbred repellent spray because it's pork juice and water? I'd love to hear more about this.
This is for my personal safety. If any inbred try to come near me and do anything nasty, I will use this holy spray.
I love how he's referring to Muslims as inbred, and he's using the pork as like inbred repellent. Oh man, this is the best thing I've seen all day.
Holy sausage spray. Please don't come near me.
Okay, so it's sausage spray. Oh, I love it. Inbred repellent. Oh man, this is like a genius.
Thank you.
I'm posting this video on social media because I got some inbreds outside my restaurant. They are harassing me. We called the police and police refused to help us. And police is now left. And I think when I leave my restaurant with my family, they might attack me. So I need any patriots to come and help me in peace. We don't want any fight, nothing, just for my protection. But because police refuse to send them away, and I am by my own. I am not afraid, but I cannot win a war if I'm dead.
Yeah, that's true. Protect this guy. We need to protect this guy with manpower. Some patriots, like he's saying. He wants patriots of that country to protect him because he himself is acting like a patriot and assimilating.
So I want to fight this war by staying alive. Please come and help me to get rid of these inbreds. Thank you.
This is him smiling on his way to court because he, along with 2 others, kept a woman on Brighton Beach. This is where they were staying. Their accommodation, food, their stay in England was sponsored by taxpayers. Government is using taxpayer money to have people like this in the country. He is a convicted murderer in Egypt. This man met 2 other refugees in that hotel and they planned to go out on the street at 5 a.m. They were groping women in Brighton and then they dragged one behind a hut and filmed it. After that, they went back to their hotel, which you're paying for, and they had a barbecue. When they were asked about this in court, they said, "To me is sex." Convicted of murder in 2022, not even 4 years ago. And the UK government are allowing these people to come in, letting them stay in hotels like this and give them free reign on the people of the UK. This is making multi-millionaires of the people who own the hotels, the accommodation. This is one thing that confuses me thoroughly. I cannot for the life of me understand how anyone can see a system like this and think it is a good system. You have convicted murderers being put up in luxury hotels using your money. The government is putting its hand in your pocket, taking money out of your pocket. You're already struggling. They are giving it to wealthy landlords to house convicted murderers. How have people been convinced that it is normal for a government to allow murderers into the country, put them up in hotels, take money out of your pocket to do so, and do that all around the country? I mean, you don't get a say where these people are put. You're not even told who they are. This has happened to many families. I know it might not affect everyone right now.
So the UK is burning right now. I'm going to interrupt this regularly scheduled programming to show you the police footage. Mind you, if you are 14 and below, you shouldn't be watching this program anyways, but viewer discretion is advised. Let me go ahead and put this up real quick. Give me 2 seconds real quick. I'm going to show the police footage of Henry Nowak and what happened. Please be advised that the following footage is pretty gruesome.
This program contains some material that many parents would not find suitable for children under 14. Viewer discretion is advised.
He keeps dropping side to side, so I'm just trying to keep him set up.
Alright.
He's got a mouthful of blood, I don't want him...
He was on the bin on the other side of this gate.
He's jumped over these fences and stuff like that. And he's up
Move
here.
away, mate.
He's obviously... He's fallen from there and he slipped from there.
Mind you, let me prep this a little bit and preface this. The officer says during this footage, Henry Nowak says, "I've been stabbed several times." And the officer says, "I don't think you have, mate." Meaning he's assuming he hasn't been stabbed. Meanwhile, he's getting handcuffed as he's bleeding out.
There's other shooters left over there, mate.
What's your name, mate?
Once again, this is the police body cam footage from the police officers at this incident. And I had to edit this footage myself and get a hold of this. Here you go.
Huh? Has anyone been hurt other than him?
Yeah, me. He's grabbed my brother, he's took my turban off, started grabbing my head.
Are you injured?
That. Yeah, I've got swollen eye, a little bruise.
Alright, just step back a little bit for me. Someone flag these down.
Got this stabbed.
Right, let's get you out of there, shall we? Oh.
I was in bed asleep. Whenever just find me up there,
So he says he's been stabbed. That's like the second time he says he's been stabbed.
Grab his other arm. What's happened to you, right?
Been stabbed.
You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? Don't think you have, mate.
So he said, "I don't think you have, mate." Says, "I think you've been, I've been stabbed." He says, "I don't think you have." This is disgusting, by the way.
Mate.
Here we go.
Don't think you have, mate.
bleeding out while he's being cuffed is crazy.
Hand.
I can't breathe.
Put the hand in the cuff, mate.
Yeah.
This is like
Now he's saying I can't breathe twice. The guy's bleeding out still.
90 foot. He's saying he's been stabbed, so
Where
let's
is it
just
you
check
think you've
him.
been stabbed? In the face? Oh no, but we have to check, don't we?
No.
In the face?
Just get these back off, get their details on that, and I'll keep hold of him.
There's no life support, no resuscitation, nothing being done, right? The whole time, sideline position. They call this the sideline position. Prone would be face down. Supine, obviously facing up. But sideline, if you're bleeding out, this is not a good position to be in.
Keep you on your side, mate. You better retrieve then. I'm saying to him, I'm keeping him on his side. We were set up when we had him here, but he didn't like it. What's your name, mate? At the moment, you are under arrest, and that's for assault, so you do not have to say anything, may harm and defense.
Wait, hold on. He's being under arrest for assault because he offered a racial slur to somebody, to some sheiks. This is ridiculous. He's under arrest, and mind you, in England, it's assault to utter a racial slur towards a different demographic. You can be arrested for this. Meanwhile, he's dying in handcuffs, bleeding out.
Do not mention main questions. So we should later line of court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, all right? It's going to be sick, I think. I just want you to call it.
Yeah, we've got this male. He's been beat up. Are we able to get an ambulance, please? His pupils aren't even reacting.
Yeah, he died. So we just witnessed the death. This pisses me off a lot. Like, bro, I can't even. I'm trying to find the words, like what to say. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you people. If I was there, I'd be arrested. I would fucking destroy those officers right there. I mean, first of all, they don't have any guns, but I'm a fucking monster. I'd fold like two of them, and I'd probably get arrested in the process, but somebody's getting dumped on the ground and folded in half automatically. Like, I would be raging. Anyways, let's get back to the program. That's great. That's the first time that I've seen that all the way through. That enrages me a lot. That pisses me off. I can't believe that these officers didn't do anything. They didn't try to save his life. And remember, she said his pupils aren't even dilating. He died. Henry Nowak died in front of you, and you didn't offer any reconciliation for the events that happened, for the assault that happened to him. Meanwhile, what am I going to do? Get stabbed and say, well, at least I didn't be racist while I was being stabbed as a victim of a crime that actually happened. This enrages me and pisses me off. It's ridiculous. Look, if a civil war rages, not even going to say this, you know what side I'm going to be on, but look, I can be an asshole to deal with sometimes, but when it comes to matters like this, when it comes to true patriotism, things that we should stand for and not be silent about, oh, I'd be an abomination to anybody else who's against injustice. Right. Or anybody else that wants to support injustice. Let me change that. Said it wrong. But you guys know what I mean. Because I'm kind of like perturbed right now. It's like I can't even get my words right. It's ridiculous. Let's get back. Hopefully this will distract me from my boiling blood right now.
But there are people out there who have had people like this put into their village, their town, and lives have been ruined. A week or two ago, I talked about a case where a 12-year-old girl was playing on swings in the park, and she was dragged down a cul-de-sac by two Afghans off a boat. And
no chicken, no watermelon. let's not do it, bro. Let's not. I'm being serious right now. Like the thing that made me upset was because this guy got stabbed, bro. This guy, I know, chicken and banana, I know, bro. But just to be honest, like it's the thing that's crazy about this right now is this guy got stabbed, but George Floyd gets murals. He gets all this. He gets art. He gets statues. All this stuff. Henry Nowak, right? The guy, rightfully, he wasn't a drug dealer. He was in college. He was at the university. A contributing factor, a contributing citizen to society. Yet he dies for nothing. Ridiculous.
And filmed. And while she was being, they were laughing at her, screaming. This system results in the most vulnerable being raped and tortured around the UK, while others profit millions, hundreds of millions off it. And look at the people promoting it. It's wrong.
Stop with the dramatic tears, the fake little crocodile.
She said, stop with the dramatic tears, the fake stuff. These people, what, 45-year-old Pakistani national. Let's go ahead and increase. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Pakistani national. Go ahead and read this real quick. A 45-year-old Pakistani national, Saiz Mazhar Mullah, has been arrested in the UK for essaying a 14-year-old girl. What is this? Is this like a trend going on right here? All right, let's get to you. This is wild. Mind you, I don't know what it is, but these people like to essay 14-year-old girls. This is what, the fourth or third case I've seen alone on this podcast.
I'm not doing it again.
You've been abused.
Fake tears. This guy can't even cry and act in the same time. It's crazy.
Children, what are you crying now for?
Well,
would you marry a 6-year-old?
Yeah.
You would marry a 6-year-old?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
You genuinely think it's okay to marry a 6-year-old?
No, it's not okay. It's just age is just a number, bro. You gotta learn it in its original language, Arabic, not like English. Many translations are wrong.
Yeah, sure. So tell me about the hadith where Aisha narrates it and says that your prophet married her when she was 6.
I don't know that hadith. I told you I'm not a scholar.
Yeah, Sahih al-Bukhari.
Sahih Bukhari? It's Bukhari.
I said Sahih al-Bukhari.
It's Sahih al-Bukhari, not Sahih Bukhari.
I really don't care about your language. It's okay. I don't speak
Yeah, but like you don't know how to say it.
It's okay.
Okay, but you worship 3 gods.
Sure, I mean you could say that. I don't think I worship 3 gods.
Say obfuscated already. Like he's just said that he would marry a 6-year-old. He himself said that, and then he said he was a PDF. I edited that out. He said, "Yeah, I'm a PDF."
Gods, I think
that's really what Islamists are. If they believe that they want to marry 6-year-olds, they're PDFs automatically right off the bat.
Your Quran confirms my Bible because it says in your Quran that the scriptures before have been confirmed.
And your Bible proves that Jesus was a prophet and not a god.
So when Jesus says, "Who has seen me? Who has seen the Father?" When he says, "Before Abraham was, I am," when he accepts worship all throughout the New Testament,
your Bible contradicts itself.
You can say, where's the contradiction?
Go search it up. You'll find a lot of contradictions.
So you know that there's so many of them, but you don't know any of them.
No, it's because I saw many of them, but I just don't memorize it. I don't have to memorize it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I memorized,
yeah, exactly.
I memorized the hadith where it says that Aisha was married when she was 6 and your prophet was 54 years old. What do you think about that?
Well,
would you marry a 6-year-old?
Yeah.
You would marry a 6-year-old.
Damn.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
You genuinely think it's okay to marry a 6-year-old?
No, it's not okay. It's just not my point.
So he says, I know it's not okay, but it's just that I'm a PDF. This is the mentality of the people that we're dealing with that want to not assimilate to our culture.
So your prophet was a pedophile?
No, he wasn't.
Why? He was 54 and married a 6-year-old. You just said that if you're 19 and you...
No, he wasn't 54, bro. That's wrong.
How old was he?
I don't know, but it's not 54.
Was Aisha 6?
No.
Okay, well, your hadiths say that she was 6.
Don't compare old times marriage to today's times marriage. It was completely different back then.
No, he said that he would, which is recent times marriage. He said he would marry a 6-year-old. Is it the same or is it different? Because right now, you would say, let's focus on right now. You said you would marry a 6-year-old. Now, you're a PDF and you admit so. The guy already lost. It's a big L.
Separate conversation, but she was still 6 years old.
You're saying that Aisha got married when she was 6 years old, right?
Yeah, that's what your book says.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's what Aisha said.
Okay, get me one proof that Aisha did not hit puberty.
You think it's okay to marry a 6-year-old if she hits puberty?
Yeah, like, you can't just.
Can you show me a
That is crazy. You can marry a 6-year-old if she hits puberty. It's wild. Oh, scumbags. This guy's literally scum.
verse or a hadith or anything that says that Aisha had gone through puberty?
I can't, but you can search it up. There are probably
I
more
think-
better
I think-
people
well, I think
people
the
that
burden-
have more information about my religion, because I don't have that much
Well,
information.
I would think the burden of proof is on you to prove that she had already gone through puberty, because you just said that that is the case, but you can't indicate that, or nothing in your
Yeah, but
text
you can't
indicates that.
contradict my point either. The hadiths don't say that she didn't hit puberty as well.
The hadiths don't mention puberty at all.
So how can you judge?
Because she was 6.
Age is just a number, bro.
Age is just a number. Yeah, who had the wood chipper? As Home Potter said it, we need wood chippers galore. I think they need to come back into business, and I think we need them to just disintegrate these people. So in Japan, let's go look this up right now. In Japan, those who oppose Muslim immigration are targeted by radical Muslims. This country, once so peaceful, is undergoing profound change. Japan. Remember we talked about Paris burning in flames? The UK, now Japan. This infiltration is getting ridiculous. Damn. So you can't even oppose the Muslim invasion in Japan for fear for your own safety, because that'll be in jeopardy as well too. Craziness. Let's get to our last snippet of the evening. This is compelling as well too.
Says that he couldn't breathe 9 times. He told them that he'd been stabbed 4 times. Do you have any early indication as to why they proceeded to arrest and handcuff Henry?
This is all very much part of the IPC's inquiry. It's for them, not for me to prejudge the outcome or the determination. It's necessarily independent for another agency to investigate our actions.
Oh, so they don't want to take accountability and responsibility that they died. This guy died. They didn't do any due diligence. It's fine. We'll pawn it off to another agency. They were supposed to look into it. Meanwhile, the boots on the ground, tons of shitty neglect. But they're going to wash their hands of this and move on, because they wanted to protect racism more than lives, or alleged racism. The guy lied. So
that we are properly held to account. But what I would say is I would just encourage people not to prejudge the situation before they've had a chance to investigate, before officers have.
wait, hold on. Not to prejudge the situation. We have body cam footage that you guys held on to that I had to struggle to even just get for tonight's podcast. So to me, it's like you guys don't want to show your hand. You don't want to show that you're complicit in the death of this man. And all you're doing is just avoiding all the consequences and all the association, because you feel nothing but guilt. Maybe you don't feel guilt. Who knows? But I mean, there's no accountability whatsoever from what I'm hearing from this guy.
Had a chance to put their point of view also.
Are your officers trained to treat people differently based on the colour of their skin?
No.
What? That's what happened. As a matter of fact, the judges are letting people off early. And before anybody says, well, the judge is different from the cops. Well, hold on. The cops are only going to, like, I would say, demonstrate the capacity of their legal range, right? Of what they're allowed to do. Judges are going to do the same thing. Well, how come there's a pattern here with judges and police doing the same thing, slapping people's hands and letting them go? Police are doing that. Judges are doing this. This is very common. So when he says this is bullshit.
They're not.
But the guidelines would suggest otherwise, wouldn't they?
No, I don't think they do. We're very clear that that is not the case. We're there for all communities. We're there to police fair and impartially. That's not the message we deliver.
Lies. This guy, I don't know if he's a politician or cop, but he's a horrible politician. So right now, as we can see, this is happening right now. This is live footage. These police are dealing with these protesters because of the injustice that's happening right now in the UK. Insane. Yeah, these people need to take their country back. That's what I'm going to say. They need to take their country back. Yeah. Actually, I think this might be on a loop. Believe it or not. Let me take this off. Yeah, this has been a crazy podcast, but I needed to cover this because this is going on right now in the UK. Let's go ahead and see if there's any live footage. I'm just going to glance for 1 second to see if there's anything live happening right now on the ground in the UK. Because, I mean, if something's happening, oh, here we go. Pause, but let's go ahead and bring this to the stage real quick. Let me delete all this stuff. Anyways, hopefully you guys are having a good evening, and I appreciate you guys for staying tuned to this podcast because I'm just going to cover the live footage. Just 1 second. I'm going to get right to it. Here we go. Tommy Robinson is fighting the Muslim invasion. Not mad at him for doing this at all, but here we go.
Because you were so scared of this. So the officer who handcuffed him, the officer ignored his plea after plea after plea for an ambulance. He's been stabbed. They can ignore him. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
But the court verdict has not ended the controversy. Instead, the case has opened a wider debate across Britain over policing decisions, assumptions made during emergency responses, and whether the false allegation changed how officers treated Henry in his final moments. With more protests expected, pressure is now increasing on authorities to explain exactly what happened. For many demanding answers, one question remains at the center of the controversy. Did police decisions during those crucial minutes cost a dying teenager the care and trust he needed?
I would say so. Those policemen are lying if they say it didn't cost him his life. These police officers are full of shit if they say it didn't.
Do you know who the biggest impact is against? It's us. How many ethnic minority girls were raped from one end of the country to the other? I'll tell you how many, not many. It was all young white English girls, right? And you didn't charge any one of those people who raped them, calling them dirty little white with a hate crime. Why was this Sikh man not charged with a hate crime? Are you racist?
I think they're showing the same thing over and over again on some of these channels. I was trying to find like live footage to see if there's like a riot situation that's going on right now. And that's really what I want to find. Not just like people upset and then a video that's on loop. Like live riot footage would be great to find. So anyways, the protests are going on right now, even though we're seeing like footage of like loops and things like that. But I'm going to end the podcast right now because we are way over time. I was only supposed to do this for about an hour. We're an hour and 55 minutes in. But I appreciate everybody else for rocking with me tonight. I wanted to bring attention to an important issue in the UK that's going on right now. And I do believe that this could be a prediction of things that can happen to us. If we allow this veil to slip a little bit more, the veil goes like this. We are told that everybody else should be led in the country because we should open our arms and our doors and our houses to these immigrants. What a crock of horse shit. I'm just going to tell you right now. I don't believe any of this nonsense because if somebody comes into your country and they have a culture and tell you that you have to assimilate to them and they're in your house, well, everybody else would think that you're crazy. for sitting on my couch in my house. Meanwhile, you've never paid the property, you're living for free, and you're relying on my dime to do so? Crazy. That's not assimilation. That's a dependent that I can't write my taxes off on or any of this stuff. So when I think about it like this, that's an abuse. That's an abuse. And that's an invasion of an oppressive force. The guy that's a restaurant owner was being told that he was going to be attacked by these Muslims if he doesn't change his menu for them. He'll literally change his menu. And he's being arrested because him not changing his menu for these Muslims is a form of harassment. Look, I thought I've seen it all, but I guess not. This is shocking to me. But RIP to Henry Novak and his family. May he, RIP, rest in peace, and may Britain return to its former glory, including getting some of these dumbass people out of office over there. That's ridiculous. Shouldn't have allowed it to get this far, because I think it's their own fault to some degree, because they've allowed this infiltration to happen. They've accepted it. Now when it's too far, now you want to say something? Look, I'll hold them to account all day long, but I will say this. I do want to see Britain return to its former glory. I do want to see them in Parliament return to a place where they can uphold their tradition, their culture, and the social paradigm that they're supposed to have anyways, that we've grown to love and accept. But right now, that's not what we see now. The infiltration has gone on too long to where it's bastardized their culture, warped it, the traditions that they have, and also now changing their legalistic laws that they have right now. This is insane. Needs to stop, because that's a reflection of what can very well happen to the US if we allow this to happen, right? So all this needs to stop, and we need to put our foot down, and we need to actually support ICE. ICE is what's preventing that shit over there too. That's the first line of defense. Well, actually, there's a couple more first line of defense, but we need to back ICE. ICE is doing a good thing by keeping our border strong, removing the scumbags from our country. We need to support them by and large. And if we aren't doing that, what are you doing? Are you even a patriot? Are you even a patriot? The liberals like to say that, oh, ICE is just killing people left and right. It's not what's happening, right? If you're not going to obey the laws, people have to use force to take you off the property or move you somewhere else, or there may be an arrest. And if you fight that, well, guess what? We're going to have to meet said force with reasonable amount of force necessary. And if you try to kill us by running us over with a car or anything else, well, guess what's going to happen? Oh, shit, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. But people don't realize this. They want to play games all the time with law enforcement all the time and not respect our laws, our culture, or our traditions, but they want us to adhere to what they're doing. This is the equivalent of a prisoner asking a prison guard to turn the volume up on their cable TV after they drink a Mai Tai. Like, this is ridiculous. I don't understand why this culture is moving that way, but we need to stop. Otherwise, we will be the very same thing that the UK has going on right now. And even worse, maybe even Paris, because they're damn near too far gone right now at this point. Look at any footage for Paris. What's going on right now in Paris? They're cooked. They've allowed so many migrants. I don't even know what it is anymore. It's not even Paris anymore. It looks like the movie 28 Days Later if everybody left the streets, because the streets would look trashed. This is what they do. Migrants will do this all day long if they are the kind that don't want to respect your traditions, culture, boundaries, or any of these social paradigms that we have. Your country's cooked if you allow this to keep infiltrating your country. So anyways, Christ is God. I'll let you guys go. And I'm going to watch Cool Vic stream because he's a cool guy and I want to contribute to his numbers too. So if you guys like my channel and like the content that I have, please like the channel, repost, restream, and become a member today if you can, because I'm kind of running short on members. Documented citizens, I would like to have that, right? I don't want nothing but illegal aliens on my channel. At least get your citizenship and get a member, because that would be good. Memberships are good, and it allows you to have these emojis that we have and even more gifts. We're going to work on getting more things other than just that too. So. Here's another thing too, real quick, before I leave. Me and Jake Rattlesnake, but me and Jake Var Don't want to say the other Jake, because it's Jake Barr who's going to run a gauntlet with me. We are going to do an invasion on a liberal channel, and we are going to be doing a handicap debate versus all these liberals. May Christ have mercy on those liberal souls, because I'm going to go there and decimate the shit out of those anti-Trumpers. And then the gauntlet that I'm going to be doing after that is going to be a religious crusade against anti-Christian atheists that want to tell people that they're evangelical atheists. That's really what they are. It sounds like an oxymoron, but they're evangelical atheists. They're atheists, and this is what their stance is. This is what their stance. This is not my stance. This is their stance. We are debating these people who, in their belief system, they need to tell people and preach for people to move away from Christ and Christianity, because Christianity will harm people. That's really what they believe. We will be debating these two people on Jimmy Snow's The Line, which is a 300K plus channel. They have probably close to 500,000 now subscribers to their channel. We're going to be taking down their channel and destroying everybody. So we'll be debating two people. They'll probably be using ChatGPT and Grok against us, and we'll be debating their callers as well too. We're going to be outnumbered, outgunned, and outmatched, but I'm ready for this. I don't give a shit who you bring, because I will debate and try to destroy your whole worldview. No matter what this is, I'm going to go out swinging. If I ever do go out, you're going to see your boy swinging. That's what's going to happen. Anybody that's antithetical to Christ or Christian values, because I'm a Christian ethicist first, right? I'm a Christian ethicist before I'm Crucible, Cool Vic channel, or anybody else, or even my own channel. I'm a Christian ethicist first. Christ first in all things, right? I'm for Christ before I even identify as a man. How about that? So I will be going to their channel with Jake Barr, and we'll be wrecking their shit. Then next thing you know, after that, I'm going to be going with Stillborn and wrecking their shit again. Mind you, I don't know. I think World War Debate, I finished my first debate, World War Debate. Bloodbath. total bloodbath. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The guy he even told me, he said, "You smoked me." He said it in the comments. He said it on video when he came up, and then he said it, he DM'd me and said, "Bro, you totally destroyed me." Like, basically. So it's like, he knew, I knew. The people at World War Debate were like, this is gruesome to watch. It's what it was, man. So World War Debate, I was like, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait to do this because it's gonna be tough. Nah, they put a lamb out there for the slaughter for me. That's what happened. So you know what? The next person I'll be debating is probably going to be Not So Erudite's husband or some woman named Owlish. And I predict if those may be the people that win the bracket, that'll come into my to the bracket where I'm at. It's either going to be Not So Erudite's husband or Owlish, because I've heard of her name. The other two people I haven't heard of, but I haven't debated them. Nor have I debated Anton Miles, who I debated last night, who it was a bloodbath. So anyways, that's it for the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Christ is God. If you guys aren't a member, please become a member today and send your super chats in to get me off of EBT. So that way I don't have to be one of these people that has to swipe and rely on the government. That keeps me off the streets. So anyways, Christ is God. May everybody be blessed out there. Protect your family. And don't let anybody else be an immigrant that shouldn't be in your home, country, or land, and support law enforcement in our country. Christ is God.